Welcome, everybody. What is going on? This is Steven Mielhausen here for SportingNews.com. I do greatly apologize for that, but wow, a lot of amazing news today is former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan has been cleared. He will be returning to the ring. I said it. Daniel Bryan will be returning to the ring. WWE gave him clearance this afternoon. Let me take that back. Been in the works for a while, but he did get cleared. My mind right now is I'm going insane. My phone has been getting bombarded. I didn't know if it was true. And when I saw the news, it was, whoa. I think it was my first initial reaction. I thought it was absolutely amazing in the fact that this, what seemed like wasn't going to happen, is actually happening. And I'm going to give you guys really a timeline here, because this is something I've known for a while. And I know what you're going to say. Well, you're the MMA guy. You're the boxing guy. Why don't you stay in your lane? Well, I don't need to stay in my lane. I have a lot of, when I was at BetweenRopes.com, I was able to make a lot of connections in the wrestling business, and some of those people have gone on to WWE, and I do have a couple friends that work there. So, it's like they're able to say a couple things that they were probably not allowed to say and probably shouldn't say, and hence why when I feel it's appropriate to break stories like the Women's Elimination Chamber, I'm the one that broke the story. If it's deemed worthy enough and you get enough sources, you're more than well to run with it. Now, as everyone knows, in February of 2016, Daniel Bryan announced his retirement after being out for a series of months due to suffering another concussion during an event in Europe with Sheamus. And, at the time, you really didn't know until he made the announcement. He had done it was a new test in New York, and they had found a lesion in his brain, and WWE didn't like hearing that. And Vince McMahon immediately had told him, you have to retire. We're not going to clear you. Their head doctor, Joseph Maroon, wasn't going to clear you. You have to retire from the ring. So he made that, and I still remember it vividly as the saddest moment in the history of Monday Night Raw, having to watch someone who rose up, and when not many people in that company really wanted him to succeed to the level that he did and became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, had profoundly the greatest moment in the history of Wrestlemania. You think about that. We're going on the 34th edition of Wrestlemania, and the one that'll beyond Hogan slamming Andre. That is one of the top five, that is a top three moment in the history of WrestleMania. And that moment always sticks out in my mind, where in front of over 70,000 people, Daniel Bryan not only beat Triple H in what was a great way to kick off the show, then ending the show doing what many felt would never happen, main eventing WrestleMania and becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And we know what happened after that. He had to surrender the title, and then he came back at WrestleMania. He got cleared. WrestleMania, he had some surgeries. WrestleMania 31, he won the IC title. And then the unfortunate incident with Sheamus, which, every Sheamus gets a lot of flack, which I think is unjust. And I think it's not fair to Sheamus, in that we see the flack he still gets. Accidents happen. It's all part of getting in the wrestling. And then, then we seen Daniel Bryan become the general manager of SmackDown. And I thought a nice combination with Shane McMahon. I thought it was very well done, and of course you got the sympathetic babyface with one of the most over authority in the history of the WWE, in my mind, in Shane McMahon. And then I started, but you give Daniel Bryan credit. He didn't quit. He kept trying to go get tests, and he wanted to get cleared. WWE's like, we're not ever going to clear you. And I think it shows to the testament of Bryan Danielson that he didn't quit. He wanted to continue, and look at what he did. He went to all these different doctors, kept kept getting cleared by all their doctors, but WWE's head doctor, Joseph Maroon, would not clear him. He said, I'm not going to do it. I have no reason to do it. And, just because of you had the concussion lawsuit, which is still ongoing, and something where you can't really blame WWE. You're a publicly traded $1 billion company, and you don't really want to put yourself in that predicament of clearing someone, and then what if he gets hurt again? What if he dies in the middle of the ring? What if he passes away? You get all these different things, and I don't think a lot of people understand it. WWE, yes, why would you not want Bryan Daniel? Why would you not want Daniel Bryan in the ring? Why not? He's quite arguably the best wrestler in the last 15, 20 years. The next, you consider the greatest of this generation. Daniel Bryan is definitely in that competition, at least in my mind. Seeing Daniel wrestle for over 15 years, but he still wasn't getting cleared. He did the hyperbolic, the chamber, was a recommendation from the Joe Namath Institute, and he went and did it, and he was getting results were getting better, and that's what you were really looking for. But WWE still wouldn't clear him, so he went to Dr. Maroon. Was like, "What do I have to do? What do I have to do? What doctors will you allow for me to get cleared?" So he recommended Dr. Robert Cantu, Dr. Javier Caranderas, and Dr. Jeffrey Kucher. And it was Kucher who really was, from what people inside WWE have told me, is that Kucher was really the one who was on this and was getting these results back, and was really pushing WWE and Maroon to say, hey, this guy's, his brain is perfectly fine. It's an average person. It's above average, and we need to clear him. He can return to the ring, and it finally became to the pressure of where this finally happened. And I had hinted about this to different people, just not in the business, and they're like, "Oh, can you say something?" I'm like, no, because it was really a thing of where I knew from one source, but I couldn't get it confirmed from other people. So that's why, I didn't break this sooner. But as you want to do in this business, and a lot of people in MMA and boxing, and I know people in the wrestling business are watching this, and they're going to watch this, and they're say, well, you should have opened your mouth. And the one thing you learn in journalism, and you learn it very quickly, if you don't have more than two sources, do not. If you have at least two sources, run with it. I always try to go with two. Depending on the story, I go with three. In this instance, I just didn't have enough confirmation to say, run with it. But the plan from a source close to me and close to WWE into this situation, it said that's why they started this storyline with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because that was if Daniel could get cleared, this was going to be the end game, with the culmination being at WrestleMania 34, which, from what I am told, as of about 2 hours ago, the plan is for that match to take place at WrestleMania. But there is a factor but I was also just told within the hour that not everything's looking comfy rosy with current WWE champion AJ Styles, as he did suffer an injury. The injury is unknown. He was backstage at Raw, from what I was told by numerous people inside of WWE, and right now his status for WrestleMania is unknown. And I know what people are going to say, and I will say it for you. There has been a tiny bit of chatter. I do have numerous sources have told me, if Styles, for one reason or another, if Styles' injury forces him out of WrestleMania, the plan would be then for Daniel Bryan to face Shinsuke Nakamura. Whoa, I do apologize for that, by the way. I don't know what that was, but I do apologize. But I will reiterate that fact. Numerous sources have told me, if Styles is unable to compete at WrestleMania, the matchup for the WWE Championship would be Shinsuke Nakamura against Daniel Bryan. I said it. Is that going to happen? I don't know. From what I was told, we're going to know at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain Time on the USA Network on Tuesday night SmackDown. So before on SmackDown Live, whatever you want to call it. But So we will hear that major announcement tonight regarding what is going to happen. But I'm just still in shock, and my mind is kind of all over the place because Daniel Bryan is an amazing talent, and it's glad to see he is going to be back in the ring. Now, how many matches? I don't know. Bryan's throwing around the number of 60 matches. If he was going to become a free agent, that's how many matches he would like to do. I would have to imagine I would go between 60 and 75. You would have him on every pay-per-view. I would say big house shows. And I think that would really just logistically be it. I don't think you'll maybe a couple matches here and there on TV, but I wouldn't even go that far. If he does 100 matches, I wouldn't be too surprised either, but I'm going to give the conservative estimate of 60 to 75. Is that something? I don't know. But this really all came down to a couple weeks ago, and Brad Shepard of bodyslam.net, who does fantastic work, he had reported Dolph Ziggler was the backup plan, and he would have been with Shane McMahon, and it would have been Ziggler and McMahon against Kevin Owens. And he didn't say that he was going to go with Shane McMahon and Dolph. It was supposed to be Shane McMahon and Dolph Ziggler. I've been told Brad reported that, but I was able to talk to some people, and they were telling me it was going to be Shane and Ziggler against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So I think you kind of really seen a couple of different, that was going to be the backup plan. If Daniel Bryan was not going to be able to wrestle, it was the Ziggler would have just stepped in, and WWE would have gone that route, as Ziggler's been getting more of a little bit of a push since he did return. So that was going to be the plan. But then a couple weeks ago, people had said it. My source had told me that it looks like it's going to happen. It's looking pretty good. So this is not, and then the source confirmed to me last week that this was going to happen. He is going to be returning to the ring, but no one else would come out and definitively say it to me. But, and you got to keep, and I do apologize to anyone once again who is upset about that. That's how this business works. And Mark Laz, I don't know you, Mark. Why do you say you have sources? Well, you say all this about breaking news. Stop with your sources. Well, sorry, Mark. Well, first, Mark, thanks for listening. Second of all, it is breaking news. Daniel Bryan getting clearance to return to the ring is absolutely breaking news. It is. Okay, Mark. Sure. Why don't you look at Mark? I'm gonna give you just a hint, Mark. Go to sportingnews.com or even go on your Google machine. It's the cool kids like to say now. And search WWE Elimination Chamber Sporting News. I'm the one that broke the story about the women being in the match. That is WWE news, actually. And thanks for calling me big guy. I don't know how you know I'm big, but I do greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, whatever you have to say, Mark. I hope that makes you feel better, buddy. You have a good rest of just go, Mark. I just want you to Google. You don't need to sit there and try to be combative. Type in. I know you got fingers. See these? I'm a fake. Wow. See, I've been doing this, Mark, 8 years. Okay. Now that's a stroke my ego, Mark. You can just see everyone I've talked to, Mark. I've talked to Bill Goldberg. I've talked to Randy Orton. I've talked to John Cena. Well, those are just a couple guys. So I don't have to stroke my ego. But okay, Mark. But thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. But anyway, sorry for the rude interruptions. But now you get, and this guy, this complete joker, lost me. But I do appreciate him watching. Thank you. I don't even know where I was going now. Oh, about how many matches? But if I had to take a guess, that would be around how many. And I've seen people on Twitter and Facebook, and I've read some forums that are asking about, well, what does it have anything to do with All In? The event being done by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks and the Bullet Club, and so on and so forth, taking place on September 1st out here in Chicago, and it had nothing to do with that at all. WWE, and I had this conversation earlier with some friends today because they asked me when the news broke, and I'm like, no. WWE was not going to clear him if he was not 100% medically cleared. If one doctor out of the three that WWE sent him to in Maroon felt you're not ready, they weren't going to clear him. Sorry. That wasn't going to happen. Safety has to come first, especially in this day and age of concussions. Look at, we have athletes retiring early in the NFL. The same thing with hockey. It's, now it's becoming even more of an issue in baseball. And you look at soccer, they don't allow headers, until you're in high school, from what I was told. So, you just look at it. And, okay, Mark, okay. Go back to Google and search WWE Elimination Chamber sporting news. I broke the story of the Women's Elimination Chamber match, Mark. I broke it a little bit, I think it was about 60 to 90 minutes before the show before the show aired, my friend. So the day after Elimination Chamber. So, but thank you. Think about what you... Oh, Mark. Well, Mark, have a good day, buddy. I greatly appreciate it. But, you got to look at the end of the day. It wasn't because of that. It was because he was healthy. He was healthy enough to compete in the ring. Are there risks? Absolutely. Are we going to see a diving headbutt? No. If I see one diving headbutt from Daniel Bryan, I think he needs to be pulled in the back and he needs to be suspended quickly. But I don't think we're going to see diving headbutts. We're not going to see topes. We're not going to see any of those. I think we will see the running knee. I still think we'll see that. I think we'll still see all the same moves. I think we just will not see the headbutt. We will not see the tope. He will be very careful. I don't think we're going to see him getting pile driven. We're not going to see power bombs. I think they're going to be very cautious with this, and as well they should be, as concussions are still a serious issue. But now you look at all these issues. My old video guy. Man, this guy just you keep distracting me, amigo. You are your old video guy. I don't even remember my old video guy. Okay, buddy. I don't even know who that is, but okay. I don't remember having a video guy. Okay, sure. But you look at all these great matches now that he could have. You got Nakamura threw his name in the hat today. I retweeted that on Twitter. And of course that's one matchup I think everyone would want to see, and I think that's a match that's going to happen. AJ Styles. I would love him and the Miz. I think there's a lot of money with him and Miz. You got Roman Reigns. You got Brock Lesnar. Even though we don't know Brock's situation, I think down the line, I think Brock will eventually return. We said we got Reigns. You got Seth Rollins. You got Dean Ambrose. You got Samoa Joe. Daniel Bryan and Braun Strowman. That would be awesome. You got the guys in NXT. You got Drew McIntyre. You got Ricochet. You got so many amazing matches. You got Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I think maybe even a Shane McMahon match down the line. I think there's some potential. There's some money in that. So you can just look at maybe Kurt Angle. Whoever thought we would talk about Daniel Bryan and finally facing Kurt Angle? That would be pretty awesome. So there's a lot of different variables going on right now regarding Daniel Bryan. But it is happening. I still cannot believe it. Even though some people want to, like this guy here, I don't even know who you will get a lot more respect. You're 3 watchers. Okay, see, to me, this isn't about watches and views, and because the views will come, Mark. It's okay, buddy. You keep telling me, okay, we're gonna explain this to some people, and especially like just this guy in particular, because he just wants to try to take this over, and he wants to be like the Russians, and he wants to try to hack things, and that's cool. I have no problem with that, but I don't need to defend myself. My 8 years in not just in wrestling, but MMA and boxing, I think my track record speaks for itself. I know a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people. I've talked to the best wrestlers. I've talked to the best MMA fighters, the best boxers, promoters, managers, commentators, writers in the entire world. And over the years, you accumulate sources, you accumulate information. I can sit and go through my phone if you want me to, but that's not worth my time, and I'm not going to stoop to that level. But it's okay, Mark. I understand. You keep commenting, keep talking on, keep typing up there, and you'll probably get carpal tunnel one day. So hopefully you don't get carpal tunnel because of me, amigo. But I just want to reiterate that. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot. Subscribe to the channel. I'm so very infrequent on my YouTube, and that is on me, but we got a lot of amazing stuff coming up. I got a couple things. I got one thing that's going to be released tomorrow. I'm going to release another one on Thursday. There's a lot of great content right now, not just in boxing, but MMA. I'm trying not to do wrestling too much anymore. But I am also, at the end of the day, I am a wrestling fan. We're all fans at the end of the day, whether you're an MMA fan, whether you're a boxing fan, and whether you're a WWE fan or you're Ring of Honor, New Japan, TNA, CMLL, AAA, Revolution Pro. There's a great indie out here. So there's a lot of great indie promotion wrestling. There's a lot of great MMA, a lot of great boxing around the world. So anything, I love talking everything. WWE is not my lane. I know people there. I know people in boxing. I know people in MMA. That's not the point, amigo. But the point is, we're all fans. At the end of the day, yes, maybe I only have 3 viewers, and that's more than fine. But this is the United States of America, the last time I checked, and I am allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to have sources. So, Mark, thank you so much. I'm glad you watched. If you were one of the 3 that watched, awesome. Pulling in $200 a month. Am I pulling in $200 a month? Man. And my wife pays all the bills. Let's see. I make $200 a month. Really? Man. Josh, thank you so much, brother. We hope all is well, buddy. I'm pulling in $200. Man. God. I just somehow had like about 20 times that in my checking account, in my separate checking account too. Man, where did I get 200 times 20? No, I am denying because you're quite funny. I'm laughing here because this is actually quite funny. Do 200 times 20, my friend. That will be your friend. Trust me. I am denying it, buddy. Man, Mark, you got like no time on your hands, but that's okay, Mark. 200 times 20, do the math. I know how much that is. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of people that make that type of money. Actually, yes, Mark. Not everyone, but yes. There's some people that actually do make money in journalism. It does happen. Trust me. But you wouldn't know, Mark. And my wife pays all the bills. Well, actually, we both pay bills. But that's okay, though, Mark. I got 2 cars, 2 brand new cars, 2 houses, and a partridge in the pear tree. So thank you. But anyways, beyond that hack, thank you so much, everyone. Josh Lopez, thank you so much for watching. Everyone else that watch and will watch, thank you so much. To Mark, I'm even going to thank you, Mark, because you're a lot of fun, buddy. But subscribe to the channel. I've seen a couple new subscribers, so thank you guys so much for subscribing. We're going to have stuff coming up this week with the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerby. That'll be up on Thursday. And then tomorrow, former UFC heavyweight. He's doing all Jacks of Trades down below the belt. Digital video series he's doing for Showtime. The host of the unbelievable podcast, The Fighter and the Kid. The big brown breakdown. The one and only Brendan Schaub. I will release that tomorrow. It's good to talk to Brendan. As always, tomorrow, Brendan Schaub. Thursday, Leonard Ellerby. And I'll also be talking. And also on Monday, I will release a video interview I did with the one and only Eddie Hearn, the promoter of the unified heavyweight champion of the world, the one and only Anthony Joshua. This is Steven Milhausen. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.